Noble. When they came along 7 years ago, our first thought was, oh dear, here we go again. Another small British sports car firm that's going to disappoint its bank manager. But their first two cars, the M10 and the M12, were absolutely superb. And now, here comes the difficult third album.
It's a brand new car, and it's called the M15. And unusually for one of these small manufacturers, new doesn't mean reheated leftovers. It's got a new interior, a new body, new chassis. This really is brand new.
It's still got Noble written all over it. It's low, it's mid-engined, and it's fast.
I can tell when I'm really hammering it because the rev needle turns from blue to red. Look at that!
This is the most powerful Noble ever, with 450 brake horsepower from the twin-turbo V6. 0 to 60 takes 3.9 seconds. Top speed, 196.
Now, the previous Noble, the M12, was a real wham-bam, thank you, man, punch in the back. And this, though, it's a more civilised surge.
But that's not surprising, because the M15 is supposed to be more civilised, more grown up. On the outside, all the mad boy racer spoilers have gone. It's a much more restrained car. And on the inside, instead of track day harnesses and fire extinguishers, you get air conditioning, sat-nav, and that most modern of features, a boot. You get more of everything, but then it costs more money, £75,000, which means the M15, designed in a shed in Leicester, is going head-to-head with the mighty Porsche 911. Basically, Noble has got ambitions, and when small car companies get ambitious, that's usually a big worry. It's easy for a small car company to build a hardcore track day car. Just get a big engine and some scaffolding. But it's much harder to build one that you can live with every day, rain, shine or snow. Nevertheless, Noble has stepped out onto the tightrope, and I'm happy to report they haven't fallen off.
The handling is absolutely superb. Turn in and it just grips and grips and grips, and then there's a tiny little bit of understeer to tell you you're being a bit of a spanner. It just keeps on gripping. But that's not to say this is boring. Oh no, not by any means. When you want to have fun, you can have any amount of it. This is amazing. Well, it's still a proper Noble.
And yet, for all that, the ride is perfectly comfortable. The M15 really is the sort of sports car you could use every day.
This car is bigger, comfier. There's enough noise, but I'm not being deafened. Enough power, but I'm coping.
It really is like a 911. But what amazes me is that a few men in Leicester have achieved something that Porsche needs a cast of thousands to do. And the reason I think Noble have pulled it off is because they've kept everything simple.
If I was in a TVR now, the indicators would be on the ceiling and the switches would be made of kryptonite and the doors would open inwards on a dodecahedral hinge. But no, if I pull up in a Noble, the door is just a door that opens sort of doorishly. Everything is where it should be and how it should be.
And by biting off only what they can chew, Noble have made a car that is, quite simply, brilliant.
Wow. It's one hell of a car, this, have to say. It's just a shame I didn't drive it.
You didn't, and you're not going to now either, because it's time to put it in the hands of our tame racing driver. Some say that his first name really is The, and that if he went on Celebrity Love Island, they'd all be pregnant, including the cameramen. All we know is he's called the Sting. And he's off, smoking the tyres, but then it soon digs in. Plenty of traction there as he blasts up towards the first corner. Here we go. Ooh, little correction on the way in, but he's holding it steady now, hard on the power to push him out the other side.
Έχετε ωραίο σπίτι.
You have a beautiful home.
Hasn't Sting mastered Greek yet? Well, he's certainly mastered Chicago, looking very neat, now kicking the tail wide. Ooh, very dramatic. Now, Hammerhead, expecting good things here. So much poise and grip with this car, flicking it right, little bit of understeer, but he's on top of that, and that is beautifully done. Oh, the other side, whoa, Sting!
Δεν έχει χαρτί τουαλέτας.
There's no toilet paper.
Now, really winding it up now for the follow-through. This car has more torque than previous Nobles in any gear. It just goes, and look at that! Very fast, 2 corners to go. Right on the edge here. Ooh! Just Gambon left now. Chucks it in. Oh no, it's on the grass! And across the line.
That looked great.
Oh yeah, well, we'll see.
Really good.